Alright, so I've had this thing for about a week and a half now, and I decided it would be finally time to reveal to you my new daily driver. This is probably one of the cleanest examples left of a Mark IV Bora, which is a Jetta in the United States. This specific model though is a V5 with the 2.3 litre 20 valve motor. These aren't sold in America, but they are sold in Australia, and these things sound absolutely awesome. So in today's video, obviously I just want to show you around the car and show you the condition that it's in, considering it has 95,000 kilometers on it. It is in exceptional condition, and today we're going to do just a couple of little maintenance mods, and I have some GLI taillights because we never got GLIs here, so I've had some taillights brought in and we're going to be installing them in today's video. So let's get started with that. So in terms of door dints and whatnot, this car was in Melbourne, which means it has been around traffic its whole life. However, the reflex silver metallic paint does a very good job of hiding it. I've only been able to spot about 3 or 4 dints so far, which in the future I'll look into getting paintless dent removal, but for now I'm not too worried about it. This thing is exceptionally clean from the outside. At the back of the car down here would usually be an exhaust outlet. However, for whatever reason the V5s didn't have any exhaust outlets. It just dumps underneath the rear bumper. So I have actually organised a reflex silver Bora VR6 rear bumper to come on the way, and I'm going to use that plastic trim off the bottom off that bumper so I can have an exhaust outlet. Of course, I'm going to be putting an exhaust on this car because these things sound insane. Obviously, this car still has the stock wheels and suspension, which is both something I plan to change in the near future. I'm currently working alongside SoloWorks and hopefully going to be getting a set of their coilovers to install and make a detailed install guide on this car. As well as that, I will be planning to replace these rims with probably some 18 3SDM wheels, but more on that in the future once I finally decide which rim I want to go for. But as you can see for now, something else on the to-do list or the wish list will be ceramic brake pads once these run out of pads. Because as you can see, the brake dust on the rim, I've only been driving this thing about 100 or 200 kilometers, and they are absolutely filthy, those rims. So looking at the front of the car right now, you can see right there is the only real notable bit of damage. Someone has reversed into this car with a tow ball and has put a little dent in the front bumper. I'm already working on quotes to get this replaced and repaired as soon as I can, because that is the most noticeable damage to the car. As you can see on the front, I still have these standard headlights, and I've just polished these back and cleared them right up, and they look a lot better than what they did. However, I have ordered a replacement set of headlights and front fog lights to make the lighting of this car a lot better. These cars are renowned for having shocking lighting. Alright, and now for some of the parts I'm installing in today's videos. I have purchased basically brand new filters for every filter in this entire car. I've also got fluids and stuff on the way to do that. The oil is only 800 kilometers old at the moment. And as well as that, I've purchased some Rainforest Mist Little Trees air fresheners. I know a lot of people like black ice. Rainforest Mist is my absolute favorite. I think it's really underrated and probably the best smelling one. Probably exposing my little secret there, but we're going to be putting the cabin filter and air filter in today's video, as well as the GLI taillights. Alright, so first things first, so we're going to take out the standard taillights and put in our GLI taillights as our first mod for this car. Alright, and this is done very, very easily. All you'll need is an 8mm wrench, just like this one right here. And there's 3 bolts behind the taillight that we're going to need to remove, and with them removed, it's as simple as pulling the whole entire housing out. So behind the taillight is this little panel you can see that's pulled back, and that's simply held on with Velcro. Once we remove that, we'll see the 3 bolts that hold the taillights in. These are a brass color, so we'll just remove them, and then the taillights good to come out. Right, so we now have those 3 bolts removed, and we just simply now need to pull on the taillight to remove it out of the car. Now we'll grab our new taillights and put them in. So it looks as though both our cabin and air filter can both be removed with just a Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm going to start with the air filter now and see if I can pull that out. Now what I'm going to do is grab a vacuum and just vacuum out the airbox. So now we'll grab our new air filter and we'll just slot that in. Perfect. And now we're done with the air filter. The cabin filter, I believe, is just held in with these 4 Phillips head screws. Let's remove that and pull that trim off and see if we can access the filter. So the cabin filter isn't overly dirty. We're going to put our replacement in though and we'll tidy this back up. Alright, so our replacement filter is installed in the bracket the correct way, so we're now ready to put this back in the car. And it's as simple as that. So there we have our new cabin filter and air filter installed in the VR5 Bora. If you guys are interested in more content, of course you know the spiel. Make sure you chuck a like on the video, subscribe to the channel because there'll be more content on this car coming soon. This car is registered and rolling, which means I can put an exhaust on it as soon as possible, unlike my Golf, which you see over there, which I still have to get registered before I do anything to the exhaust. Anyway though, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video because it's either going to be a video of this or the Golf. See you then.